Kings and Queens, your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You are loved, celebrated and appreciated. So today I want to take your mind to some facts, okay, that are before our eyes, and sometimes we throw it away, we run away from it. When we talked about the Chinese having the African DNA, coming out to say, okay, they have something of African in them, even though we know what is going on right now in the world, they say they have something of African in them, which I do not doubt. And the reason why I didn't doubt it, I said it here. The Japanese same, they have this in them. And we spoke at length in that video. If you've not watched that, you have to watch that. So today, I want to take your mind back a bit. Let's go back. Let's go back to that times where we were existing in another form before we came to exist in this form, okay? And we see the world for what it is and how we evolved and what really happened. What really happened? There was a time we're talking about if the melanated race is as superior, which we are, there is no doubt about it. 100%. You can debate that any way you want to debate that in. It's not rhetoricism, it's fact. You can check it out, okay? So if we say that the melanated race are so powerful and everything, what then happened? Remember when we talk about the oneness here? We talk about Selikano. We talk about the divine unity. Okay, the divine unity that was existing before chaos. It was in that state that we thrived. It was in that state that we progressed. It was in that state that we, we exhibited our powers. We performed what we like. It was in that state that we were complete and fulfilled as the melanated being. So what happened? What happened, your majesties? For the fact that yes, we pulled away, for the fact that yes, we have something to contribute to what happened, there is something that is not really publicized or not really given out to people there, given out to people. And that thing is the fact that a spell has been casted and we have been hypnotized. And the time for that is ended. And that is why we have a lot of melanated who are awoken at this time to speak out because their time is up. Alright, majesties, I want us to listen to this, okay? Because there's a lot of things that are involved here. When you talk about the Negroid race, melanated race, the African people being the first, it's not a joke. I'm not just saying it, okay? You study and you discover it. The African race are of divine origin. I have said it here. These are things you're going to hear. I have said it here that as the melanated people, as the African people, we are the celestial zone. Africa is the celestial zone. We are more closer to the celestials. And that's why the vibration of Africa is different from the vibration of different parts of the world. If you are in Africa and you want to be a spiritual person, you will be very spiritual. If you are in Africa and you want to be a non-spiritual person, you want to be someone that evil spirit use you to torment people, it will be perfect as well. Because the energy here is so high. The vibration here is so high. Your majesties. And that is why the rate of, I don't know, at this time, a lot of people are still sleeping because of this. Whatever you give your consciousness to, it's just gonna work perfectly. And how fear was inserted into us as man and woman, we're gonna hear. Because it is through fear that religion is successful. There will be no religion if there's no fear. Take it or leave it. It's for a fact. If there was no fear, there would have been no religion. And if there's religion without fear, people would have not subscribed to them. Just imagine that there is no fear in the heart of people and there's religion. Who? Nothing concerns people. Go and do your thing. But since fear was introduced into us, oh, hellfire. Hey, Hey, God is going to punish you. Oh. Hey, you are going to rot in hell. Oh. You are going to do... This is what give birth to... Okay, since there is fear for this, then we have to go to a place where they keep telling us, since you are coming here, you are going to go to heaven. Since you are coming here, you are going to have peace. And this is how religion thrive. Religions thrive in fear. Take it or leave it. Okay? Now, and that is why the humans are the only species. Man are the only species. Man and woman are the only species that know that they will one day die. All other animals, they live their life. They don't have it in mind, okay, let me live like this so that when I die, something like this is going to happen. It's only man and woman. Yeah. Have you sat and thought about this? It's only man and woman that have the thoughts or that know that they will die one day. Why is it so? Because originally it's not supposed to be so. It became so because something happened. There was a temper. Something tempered with our gene, with our DNA. Okay? Something tempered with us. And so the fear of death is always in our head. Okay? They tell you that's going to be the end of you. So, you have to do these things and follow these things so that when you die, you are going to have a sweet life and walk on gold and sleep in mansions. So they tie your consciousness to a particular belief, and mind you, there is fear. Of course, it is the birth of fear that gives birth to the whole idea of one day I will die. And there are people who have ascended to a level, who've discovered themselves, that tell you we don't die. So we shouldn't be using the word die on us. It's a passage. We only live this life to another life. Before we came here, we were living. Majesties. Before we came to this physical plane, we were existing. And after this physical plane, we will exist, but in another form, in another way. So there is no death. And so that they expose it to you a little bit. They tell you that dying is the beginning of life. So for something to live, it has to die. So they use that word. It's there glaring to you. Nothing dies. We only pass on to another life. Okay? Either going higher or going below. Ascending to another higher level or descending to lower level, depending on how we lived the physical plane that we are living in. And that's why what we do to each other has to count. A lot is involved in these things, Your Majesties. I'm going to leave you with this, okay? You listen keenly, share to your loved ones, your friends and families, and leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section.
This universe was born 24 billion years ago. They grow the Negroid race here first. They became known as the overseers, the watchers. They built many ancient lands and structures on this planet, which in time they deserted. The Riskians send little creatures called Greys from Zeta in Orion's belt every 10 years to check on their children, with whom they mix their DNA into 9 species of the Negroid race only. They first came to me at age 9 in New Jersey to set up a land, Nuwapia, for a landing site for your ancestors to return and lift those of you who have perfected their beings, cleansed inside out and outside in. Your DNA as males is from Orion. Your DNA as females is from Sirius star systems. And the Greys from Zeta beneath Orion's 3 suns, or the sun belt. So in actual fact, the African race are of divine origin and are in fact children of the overseers. This is seen as a bacteria implanted in your genetics as hominid genome. as was done by the overseers from Orion and Sirius. Your carbon C6 base form as black as coal grow from H1HCCON708 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 24. Hydrogen equals 1. Helium equals 2. Carbon equals 6. Nitrogen equals 7. Oxygen equals 8. In all, 24. There has been uncovered 223 extraterritorial genes in your 24,000 genomes that travel in sets of 3 on the genes. So they in fact implanted some of their own DNA into your own. You are encoded as divine. Black matter equals 24%. Black energy equals 76%. Dark energy is expanding. Dark matter is being pulled as the universe speeds up to freeze. The planet Earth, dark energy is expanding. Dark matter is being pulled as the universe speeds up to freeze. The planet Earth, or the water world, is moving at a speed of 135 miles per second. You have been hypnotized 6,000 years ago by witches of the You have been hypnotized 6,000 years ago by witches of the cursed evil seed of Enos, son of Seth, son of Adam, made by falling ones of Anakim, Anunnaki, called Elohim, Alihat in the Bible and the Quran. The Anunnaki used the Pleiadians' DNA to graft and make Adumites, to Canaanites, to Canaanites. Their seeds was grafted, made and born 3,761 BCE, or 4004 BC, as they record, and was only given 6,000 years to enforce their hypnotic spell of sleep over you, which expires 2000 to 2003 AD, which is 6000 AC. AC is Adam's calendar. This is the gospel from the beginnings of beginnings. This is from the beginnings, which we have seen, which we have looked at and watched and have taught humans are the only creatures that know they will one day die. This has affected human thinking as the birth of fear. Don't let others cause your death before your physical or mental time. Fear came with uncertainty, or that led to faith and beliefs that became religions of beliefs to hopes and desires. This Ayanun proclaim concerning you and your life as Nuwapians. Life is both physical and spiritual. It appears we see them in actions and testifies to them. Ayanun proclaim to you the eternal soul, which or who is connected to the omniverse from the universe and has manipulated through us here on physical earth. So I proclaim to you what you can see and hear, so that you also may have links to all, as all of you, the all. Know this, left brain is male power analytical, and right brain is female images. These two must become one, perfection of thinking and doing energy in motion, or emotional beings, soul. This is the symbol of the braid worn on the left or the right side by the holder of the double helix of the mitochondria DNA of female or M other, mother of us both. And the male wears his braid in the back to relate to the back of the medulla oblongata. Yet both mother and father, male and female, need to connect and use the frontal lobe of the brain and the pineal gland. This is a part of my message to you. You have heard from above and is declared to you. Intellect, do not become blinded by the brightness of white light of confusion